Today I'm going to show you 7 simple ways to save money even when prices keep going up. Let's be honest, money doesn't go as far as it used to. Groceries cost more, gas is expensive, and rent is out of control. Meanwhile, most of us aren't making more money, we're just trying to keep up. That's why now more than ever, it's important to be smart about how we spend. So the first thing you can do to save money is simple. Don't count on money you haven't earned yet. In simple terms, don't spend money you don't have. For example, don't use your credit card or those buy now, pay later apps to buy things you don't have enough money to pay for upfront. A lot of people do this thinking they'll pay it back when they get their next paycheck, bonus, or tax refund. But the truth is, life happens sometimes. Suddenly your car breaks down, your dog eats something weird, or your cousin Pedro is asking you to borrow money again.
I need to borrow a substantial amount of money.
And just like that, the money's gone, and now you're stuck with a bill. That's exactly how people fall behind and end up in crazy amounts of debt. So I suggest only spending money you already have, not money you hope to have later. Now, how does this actually save you money? Well, first, it helps you stay out of credit card debt. A lot of people buy now and say that they'll pay it back later, but if something goes wrong, you're going to be charged interest and late fees. And suddenly that $50 purchase could end up costing you hundreds of dollars and even hurting your credit score. Second, it helps you avoid bank fees. Let's say you buy something before your paycheck hits your account, but your paycheck is late. If you don't have enough money in your account goes negative and the bank could charge you a $30 overdraft fee or more. Third, it helps you make smarter choices. When you only spend the money you already have, you think twice before buying. So you're less likely to waste money on things you don't really need. And fourth, it helps you build a powerful habit. When you make it a habit to only spend what you already have, it helps you stay out of debt, save more, and grow your money over time, which is exactly what we want. Now, one of the biggest reasons people waste money and struggle to save is because of impulse purchases. So the second thing you can do to save more money is apply the 30-day rule. For example, let's say you're scrolling online and someone's hyping up a pair of shoes on TikTok that changed their life, or a kitchen gadget that slices avocados, flips pancakes, and maybe even files your taxes too. And you're like, yep, this is it. This is what my life's been missing. But instead of buying it right away, you say, let me wait 30 days to see if I still want it. Most of the time, after a few days, you won't even be thinking about it. By the time 30 days pass, you realize you didn't even really need it and the excitement will be long gone. And just like that, you've saved your money instead of wasting it on something that would have just collected dust. The next simple way to save money, even while prices keep going up, is to choose your must-haves. Think of it like packing a small backpack for a trip. You can't bring everything, so you pick the most important things that you have to take with you. Maybe it's your favorite shoes, your phone charger, or maybe some snacks you love. Money works the same way. You don't have to give up everything, you just have to choose what matters most. For example, one of my must-haves is eating out with my partner. Whether it's breakfast, dinner, or takeout, it's something we both enjoy and it helps us spend quality time together. So I always make space for that in my budget. But one thing that's not a must-have for me is buying random things on Amazon that I'll probably never use. It just takes up space, adds nothing to my life, and silently judges me from a corner.
You don't need me, right?
No, but seriously, once you figure out your must-haves, you'll start to see what you actually care about versus what you're just spending money on out of habit. And from there, it's easier to cut out the things that don't really matter. Remember, the goal isn't to take away the things you enjoy. It's about being more careful with how you spend your money so you can save for things that really matter, like an emergency fund, a wedding, a baby, or that dream vacation you've been thinking about. So take a step back and cancel anything that isn't adding real value to your life, whether it's memberships, subscriptions, random shopping, or fast food that's slowly messing with your health. Another simple way to save money is by lowering your monthly bills. Things you have to pay for like food, utilities, housing, phone, and transportation. You can't cut these things out completely, but you could avoid overpaying for them. For example, housing. If you're living alone and rent is eating up half of your paycheck, it might be time to get a roommate or move into a smaller place. Even a $200 to $500 a month difference adds up fast. That's $2,400 to $6,000 a year back in your pockets. Next is food. Instead of eating out all the time, consider buying groceries groceries and cooking at home. Just skipping a few takeout meals each week can save you a lot of money. And when it comes to bills like your internet, phone plan, or car insurance, call your providers and ask if they have any deals available or if they can lower your rates. Then check other companies to see if they offer something better. Most companies would rather lower your bill than lose you as a customer. But if they won't work with you, then it might be time to switch to a cheaper provider. Just remember, cheaper isn't always better. Sometimes going with the lowest price can actually cost you more in the long run. So when you're negotiating your bills, don't just go for the cheapest option. Look for a better deal that still gives you what you need. For example, don't switch to super cheap internet if you work from home and need fast, reliable internet. Saving a few dollars isn't really worth it if it's going to slow you down and mess with your workflow. In other words, aim for a lower payment, but make sure it still fits your lifestyle. So pick up the phone and start calling. Believe me, I've done this myself, and one quick call could save you hundreds of dollars. And if you do this across multiple bills, you're looking at some serious savings without giving up anything important. Another simple way to save money is by understanding Parkinson's law. It means that things take up all the time you give them. For instance, if you have an hour to clean your room, it'll take you the whole hour. But if you only have 10 minutes, you'll clean faster and get it done sooner. The same thing happens with money. The more money you have, the more you'll end up spending, even if you don't mean to, simply because there's always something new to buy. For example, if you make $40,000 a year and get a raise to $80,000, instead of saving that extra money, you might start buying more clothes, eating out more, or getting a nicer car just because you can. And this, my friends, is a huge problem. And it's one of the reasons why most Americans don't have much savings, end up in debt, and struggle to reach their financial goals. But the good news is that there's a fix to this, and that's to pretend you earn less than you actually do. For example, if you earn $3,000 a month and your monthly bills are $2,000, keep $2,000 in your checking account for those bills, and then move the other $1,000 into your savings account. This is going to help you live off of what you need while also helping you grow your savings much faster. The next thing you can do to save money is spend money to save money. I know this sounds confusing, so let me explain. We all have a savings limit, which means you can only save as much as you earn. So if you make $4,000 a month, the most you could save is $4,000, assuming you don't spend any money at all. So if you want to save more, the only real way to do that is by making more money. But if you work a 9-to-5, run a business, or have a family, you're limited to how much time you have in a day. So there's really only two main ways you can make more money. You can trade your time for money, or you can trade money for time. For example, I used to spend days editing my YouTube videos, literally days. But eventually I realized it just wasn't worth sacrificing my health or time to sit in front of a screen for hours. So I hired a video editor, and now I have more time to focus on higher value things like writing scripts, recording videos, looking for new ways to make money, and going to the gym, which I still need to stay consistent on. Anyway, this one decision alone allowed me to make more money, raise my savings limit, and save more money over time. So whether it's cutting the grass, painting your house, or fixing a toilet, remember that time is money. And doing everything yourself might not be the best use of your time. So don't be afraid to spend a little to free up your time, especially if it helps you earn or save more money in the long run. Lastly, and honestly, one of the best ways to grow your savings is by learning how money works. I know it sounds boring, but financial literacy can literally change your life. Most of us aren't taught this stuff in school, but it affects almost everything we do. Financial literacy means understanding how money works and how to make it work for you. Things like budgeting, using credit cards correctly, saving, investing, and knowing where to keep your money so that it grows on its own. The more you learn, the easier it is to earn and save money, and the more control you'll have over your finances, bringing you closer to financial freedom. For instance, knowing where to keep your savings can help you earn a lot more money over time. For example, I personally keep my savings in a high-yield savings account. These accounts pay way more interest than regular savings accounts, so your money grows much faster without you doing much at all. Big banks like Chase or Bank of America usually pay about 0.01% interest, while high-yield savings accounts are right now paying around 4%. This means that if you have $10,000 in a regular savings account, you would only earn about $1 in interest after an entire year. Let that sink in. But in a high yield savings account, paying 4%, that same $10,000 could earn you over $400 a year in interest, which is obviously a huge difference. The best part is that these accounts work just like regular savings accounts, but better. You can take your money out whenever you want. Your money is safe up to $250,000, and most high yield savings accounts don't charge monthly account fees or require a minimum balance. Some even give you free money just for signing up. For example, my personal favorite, the SoFi checking and savings account, right now gives you up to a $300 sign-up bonus when you set up eligible direct deposits. And if you use my link in the description to sign up, you can get an extra $25, making your total bonus up to $325. So make sure to take advantage of accounts and bonuses like these whenever you can so that you earn some extra money. And if you need help choosing a high yield savings account, I made this free checklist with tips and my top recommendations to help you choose the best one for you. You can download it using the link in the description, or you can watch this video next. So whether it's learning where to keep your money, how interest works, or how to avoid credit card debt, it can all help you save hundreds to thousands of dollars. So learn as much as you can, because knowledge is power and it's something no one can take away from you. Now, I have to be honest, saving money is super important, but it's just not enough if you want to reach financial freedom. You also need to find ways to help your money grow. So I recommend watching this next video where I cover 6 accounts that can grow your money and make you rich without you doing much at all. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.